Well, there's been an arrest in one home invasion spree in Kent County, but police say someone is still out there terrorizing neighborhoods.
Desmond DeRue is behind bars tonight. Police believe that he is connected to at least 11 of the 24 break-ins that happened during the first half of November northeast of Grand Rapids. But since they arrested him, another crime spree. More break-ins in Ada, Cascade, and Grand Rapids townships, and police are again looking for your tips.
Tonight, Steve Kelso spoke with one of the most recent victims who had her most prized possession taken from her. This one's really frustrating, Steve.
It's really frustrating. And Beverly Burgnon says it's not the monetary value of what was taken that hurts so much, it's the sentimental value. That, combined with the sickening feeling that someone was in her house, has left the Ada woman feeling twice victimized.
My neighbor saw a white car come up the driveway. I was gone.
It was Monday afternoon.
They walked around the house and checked, I think, for doorways and maybe windows that were open. Of course, everything was locked up. This door was also locked, but they kicked it in, and this whole door frame broke. Like the whole thing's gone.
Her son piled up all this heavy stuff behind the door until it can get fixed, but she says once the crook or crooks were inside, they went right for the heart.
And then they took some prized possessions, and one of them was a guitar that I gave to my husband when we were engaged 40-some years ago.
Her husband, Hobie, died May of 2013.
That was very sentimental to me, along with some of the jewelry that he gave me.
And she just wants it back. She's considering a reward.
I actually could probably give them more money than they would get pawning it. And I'm in the jewelry business, and so I know that. I know it's just stuff, and it shouldn't mean anything, and it probably wouldn't mean anything to me if he were alive, but the fact that he's not with me anymore, that's why it means so much to me.
And again, it's not the value. Whoever has this stuff has no idea what they have their hands on. I know a thing or two about guitars. That Epiphone acoustic, nice little guitar, but I can't imagine that it's worth more than $200-300.
Right.
And I knew Hobie Burgnon, and I knew him very well, and I have a real good sense of what it meant to him all those years ago when Bev gave him that guitar, because he was all about music and just loved them. Next to his two boys, the music was deep in his heart, and she just wants it back.
Of course. And Steve, you've seen it yourself when you put stories up on TV. Things happen. We can only hope that somebody sees this
Somebody
somewhere.
may see something and say something.
Yep, and there's a lot of other folks missing a lot of stuff too.
Right.
So.
Just awful.
Thank you, Steve.